It was an incongruous sight on a crisp morning in Cambridge. Tractors parked up for a Farmers' National Day of Unity against the government's plan to impose inheritance tax on farms. Sarah Westerhouse's father-in-law wasn't among those attending. At 85, he was packing eggs as usual for the business he intends to pass on to his family, maybe one day even to Freddie. Now none of them are sure what the future holds.
We will literally stand still until we know what's going to happen and try and make sure that we can fund it somehow.
The changes mean that from April next year, landowners will be subject to inheritance tax on estates over £1 million. The government insists only around £500 per year will be affected, thanks to various exemptions. £1 million might sound like a lot of money, but it doesn't take long to exceed that total when you consider that a new combine harvester can cost £500,000 and a tractor like this more than £200,000. And farmers argue there simply isn't the money available to pay a tax bill.
If you imagine that cash poor business then gets hit with a inheritance tax, which even spread over X amount of years, if you haven't got the cash there, you've got to sell your asset, and then of course your income's less. So it's a vicious circle.
His son would love to follow in his father's footsteps, but isn't so sure now.
If inheritance tax goes through, I don't think I will, because there won't be enough. The farm won't be large enough to sustain itself.
It's nearly 3 months since Rachel Reeves made the announcement in her autumn budget, and the pressure on the Chancellor is only growing. On Friday, a petition with 270,000 signatures was handed in to Number 10. But in an interview in The Times, Rachel Reeves made it clear she doesn't intend to budge. If I start reversing tax increases, that stability that I've returned to the public finances would unravel. I know that I will come under pressure from different interest groups. I understand why they make the case that they make. I have a duty to make sure the sums add up. It's all an unwelcome distraction, just days before the Chancellor is due to give a speech on plans to turbocharge growth in the economy. But with more than 100 events up and down the country, it's clear the farmers have no intention of giving up the fight. Emma Birchley, Sky News, Cambridge.